Hello, everyone. Look, we've got a visitor. Ruby's in her chair. Yeah. Hi, Ruby. She looks scared to death, but she's not. Anyway, happy Sunday, and we're here for WIPs. Yeah, on a Sunday. I don't have a drink. But WIPs and a few, they're like plug hups, but they're not. It's actually 3 free patterns at the same site, and it's once every month. It's called the Scarf of the Month Crochet Along and the Hat of the Month Crochet Along, and I'll get back to that. Hold on. So WIPs, what do I have? I'm going to turn you around as best as I can, and we'll see if we can get this in. This is my diamond paint. Oh, shut that. This is my diamond painting I'm doing right now. Well, one of them. The other one's the secret one that everybody was like, what's in the Amazon bag? But this is my dragon. And you can see I've gotten most of the bottom done here. Hold on. Let's see how he looks with the light on. See how much is done? Yeah. And you can hear my dad. But, so I've been working pretty good. I mean, there are some you can see where it's not even. I am a beginner. I think I'm doing pretty good. But the light board and the angled holder really are helping. I was even able to do this with a board on my lap in bed. Yeah, I did lose a few drills, but I'm getting used to calling them drills instead of diamonds. But so, yeah, you can see how far I've come on this one, but he's really looking great. She, I think it's a she because, you know, they're so flamboyant as men. Peacocks, hummingbirds, all the natural males are the bright colors. Anyway, that's one. The other one's the secret one. I'm going to actually add, I was able to take a picture of just a part of it that doesn't show what that main theme of it is. And I'm going to tack that on the end. Okay, one of my other projects is my cross stitch, which I've taken out of the loop to show you. I haven't done much on it this week, but I did a little. So this is my cross stitch. Yeah, I have actually finished a good portion of it. The white that you see is all done. The dark colors are done. The purples, most of them, like where the numbers are, these are not done. But all of this purple is stitches. This blue is stitches. If I hold it closer, you might be able to tell the stitches from the non-stitches. Oh, look, you can see where it crisscrosses in the back when you hold it up against the light. Oops. And then all of this blue is going to be black. So that's going to be my last one. Yeah. And every once in a while I come across one that was supposed to be done already. And I'm like, oop, missed one. But I will leave all that to the end and then just do those loose ones. And also, I come across where it's like, eventually it jogs a little too far with the printing versus the holes, and I have to add an extra stitch in that color. And I'm like, yeah, I can add an extra stitch in this blue and it will look okay in the, I'm guessing, I'm hoping no one will ever notice that there's an extra block of blue here that shouldn't be here. Do y'all understand what I mean? Like, there should be 2 blocks of blue stacked on top of each other, but the printing is off from the holes, and then it matches up again later, and there's just too much space, so it leaves room for 3. So I'm enjoying it immensely, though, and I think that happens no matter who's printing it, China or the best brand in the world. It's just machinery. So that's that. I started my test knit for Crystal, the Yarny Chicken and Crazy Cat Lady. It's her very first knit pattern. I'm highly excited. And also my very first test knit. I was up to row 11 yesterday, and I dropped one of my lace stitches, and I was not paying attention. I dropped 1 and it became 3, and it went down 6 rows, and I went blah 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 blah, and the whole lace section went blah 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 blah, and I went but it was only in my first section, so I was like, there's no me recovering from that. So, I mean, if it had been in a knit or purl section, yes, I could recover. Lace section, no. So I just took it all apart, and now I have it all cast on, and yeah, she said we could just cast on like 4 little sections. I'm making myself a stole. I'm sorry, Crystal. She calls it a shawl. It's rectangular. I'm calling it a stole. I've never made a stole, so I want to make a stole. So I cast on the whole thing as if I'm making the whole thing, because by the end of this, I want a whole lace stole. And she said, you only have to do so many repeats. Well, guess what? I'll do enough during the test, but then I'm going to keep going and finish it, because I want a whole thing. I want a whole pretty, pretty, pretty thing. And I am using, some of you may have seen this, I got this in my Knit Picks order. I am using my Stroll fingering weight in Beach House. Each little cake is 458 yards, 100 grams. It's a number 1, 75% fine superwash merino wool, 25% nylon. And it says use a number 1 to 3 knitting needle. She said to use 4mm knitting needles for a number 1 or 2 weight. What are 4mm? I don't know what a 4mm knitting needle is. Is it a 1 or a 3? 1 to 3? I don't know, because it doesn't say on here. But anyway, these are, hold on. There we go. It's like a blue-gray to a green to a light sky blue. Come on. Come on, lights. I have the overhead light on, and then you have the light from behind me, so it's shaded. But that, there. You can see the sky blue, the light green, the gray, and it's called Beach House. And I have 2 of them, and that's how much I had to undo and wind up back around it. And I get to use, I'm going to use, if you all saw my winnings video the other day, I got little baby cake cozies from Ingrid's Inspirations in my Lisa Ladybird. Oh my gosh, so many people to write down. Hold on. Doing this. Okay, Crystal, Lisa Ladybird, Ingrid's Inspirations. I'm doing it. I'm writing it down. But she knitted up some cake cozies. And this one, unless I cut it then, because it has a little thing to feed it through, but I might be able to feed the needles through it. But I can put it in, and then as the cake goes down, the koozie will shrink with it, so it doesn't get all weird. Anyway, speaking of Lisa Ladybird, I got a new shirt. I love my shirts. And also my chompers are in. But Pink Nightmare. Hold on, I'm going to have to back up if I can. It's Ralphie! This is one of our favorite Christmas movies. And I got my dad the pajama set and the shirt. He just doesn't like shirts that say things, so I got the shirt. I love shirts that say things. And I've lost almost 50 pounds in total. So shirts, a men's extra large now fits me. I used to have to get a men's 2X. But anyway, that's my start. And I was in the lace section, so it was looking really nice. It's called the Twisted Pillars shawl. Shawl, whatever. Anyway, so that's my diamond painting, my knit, my cross stitch, and my secret diamond painting, which you'll see at the end. And now I'm going to show you my Many Colors of Love blanket. I finished that section that I got out of the book, and I decided to use, this is a Red Heart Super Saver in like a pinks and purple. I'd call it girly birthday party. Pinks, purples, yellows, but kind of a, I don't know. They're not muted, but they're not bright. They're mixed. And I went around and I had to get a bigger, I was like 5 rows in, and it was pulling it and making it look like a cocoon shrug. But I went and pulled it all out, because sometimes you gotta. I've learned, breathe with it. It's all zen. And I got a bigger hook. I went up 2 hook sizes and I did it all again. And now it's not pulling. And I'm doing the moss linen stitch so you can see how pretty that's coming out. And I'm just going until I think it looks big enough. And then I have some blues, some sky blue and some darker blue. And I'm gonna pick a stitch for that. And this is how big the blanket is now. So I'm not gonna make it too much bigger, because if you want it on the lap in a wheelchair or whatever, you don't want it hanging down. You don't want it to get caught in the wheels. You don't want to have to bunch it. So it's looking pretty good. See, the purple ones kind of made it pull in. I kind of rounded it. I rounded it. But if you haven't seen this blanket yet, this was started by Anita. I think I'm showing you the back. It was started by Anita over at Queen Mama's Hillbilly House with Anita. Go check her out if you don't know her. As a collaboration. She sent it on to Dee's Creative Hands Crochet, who did a few rows. Can you tell? Because there is teal sparkle yarn in there. Yeah. So we all knew it had to be Dee. And then she sent it on to Pinky Hooks, who is Shania, who did a few rows, and she sent it on to me, and I will finish it and then donate it. And I think I'm going to take it to the senior care living home and take it with some of the other things I have. I have so many things, shawls, other blankets that are lap size, because I'm not going in there with just something for one person. No. Do you know, those people may not get visits, and to go in there and just give one person one thing, no. My grandpa, we never should have put him in a home, but he did not get enough visits, and he was a very proud man and a very lonely man in the end, and we visited him, and the other people would just look so sad when he would get visits, and they would get none. and I'm not going in there and taking one person, one thing. So, yeah. But that is that blanket. Now, on to what I was talking about earlier. Scarf of the Month Club. Or, not club. CAL. C-A-L. It is run by Underground Crafter, who I mentioned recently. Marie Segaris. I will put the URL below. It starts on third Sunday of January, and it goes on the third Sunday of every month until December. And I forget who she does it with. I am sorry. I will put it all below. But she and another designer do it, and then they have a guest designer as the third designer every month. And so they each design a scarf for it. And for 24 hours, sorry, dry lips, and I don't have a drink. She and the other designer design a scarf, and the guest designer design a scarf, and for 24 hours you can get a free download PDF of that scarf. Now you can either, depending on how they decide, you can either get a direct download or on Ravelry. And then the fourth Sunday of the month, you can get the hat of the month crochet along. I have the URLs for each of these. Now they say it starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. I have gone to the site for years. I believe this is the 9th year they're doing it. I have never been able to get it at 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. So I always set a reminder in my calendar for Monday morning. And then I go Monday morning because it's a 24-hour thing. Or it's till midnight Monday. Midnight Eastern on Monday. So you have that time. So I always set the reminder for Monday morning to go get the scarf or the hat. But it's the third Sunday and the fourth Sunday of the month. And they actually have the schedules on the page. So I will put those URLs in there. So it's like a blog hub, sorta. They have a main page, and then you hit the link, and it takes you to each designer's page to get each specific thing. And what they usually do is the scarf and the hat are designed to go together. So it's a set. It's kind of cool. And let me see. Blanket. Stole. That, and that. I talked about everything. I showed my shirt. Doing pretty good. I'm going to, what am I going to do today? I'm going to knit on that and try to get back to where I was. I'm going to watch the end of Agatha Christie's Death on the Nile because I watched up to where they're going to discover who did what and who done it. And Poirot, I can't say that right. Poirot. This is why I did not take French. But then again, I took Spanish and I can't roll my R's. How do you take Spanish and you cannot say dog? Perro. Oh, I did it. Perro. No, I faked it. Anyone who speaks Spanish is laughing their butt off at me right now. I've gotten so good at censoring myself. We had baby kids running around the house, and I censor myself better now than I did then. We used to say shoes for everything. When we censored ourselves around the kids, we would say shoes instead of swearing. And they would just look at us like, yeah, we know what you're not saying. 3-year-olds looking at us and going, shoes, right, shoes. All right, I'm going to leave you with that. I hope you are having a wonderful weekend, and I hope to see you later. I love you all. Shine bright like the stars you are, because you are stars. You are stars in my universe, in your universe, and in your loved ones' universes. And wow, I am cheesy today. All right. But I love cheese. Cheese is my major food group. That and carbohydrates. Chocolate, carbohydrates, and cheese. That's all you need to live. And yarn.